Good afternoon, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, all that good stuff. A quick little story time for you, just to kind of give people an idea of why I do what I do. So, I was having a conversation with someone today, and they asked me about, I was having a conversation about the organization that I've started called Granting Wishes. And, you know, talking about what we provide, what we're trying to do, and things of that nature. And at the end of the conversation, the person asked me, well, why do you do what you're doing? And again, a lot of things kind of came to my mind of why I do what I do, but one of the things that has always stood out to me that reminds me of why I do the things that I try to do is because of the things that happened to me when I was a child or when I was young. And one of the positive things, one of the positive things that happened to me growing up is I was a sophomore in high school. I was trying out for varsity, playing varsity and stuff, football and stuff like that. And for those who don't know, you know, earlier on, I lived with my mom. We didn't have a lot of money. All the money that my mom earned went towards our bills, went towards the food on the table, you know, went towards things like that. There wasn't a lot of money left over. So the point being is, I didn't have much. Didn't have much at all. So what happened was, you know, if for those who don't know, at Gulf Fuller Field, the old Gulf Fuller Field, I should say, they had a building, and in that building there was a basement. Down the basement they had a basket, and in that basket they had a bunch of old cleats, and those old cleats came from kids who might have left them in their lockers after the season was over and kind of went on about their business. So all those cleats kind of went, to a basket. So for the next season, kids would come in, and if you didn't have cleats, you went into the basket, you picked out a pair of cleats, and if they fit, and then, you know, you hit the lottery. So fast forward, I had a pair of cleats that were falling apart. And, you know, there were no cleats in that basket, just happened to fit me, whatever the case may be. And I just kind of rolled with what I had. And for me, I was very fortunate to have some great high school coaches. And I'm gonna name their names because I think a lot of times high school coaches, and I'm just talking about football now, but all high school coaches kind of get looked over sometimes for the things that they do, don't get any credit for the things that they do sometimes, and people don't understand the impact that they have on kids' lives and things of that nature. But I had some great coaches growing up, and Coach Cousins, Coach Winslow, Coach Larea, Coach Rainey. These guys were amazing people, and because they knew that I didn't have, and there wasn't a conversation, there wasn't a huge conversation about it to embarrass me or make me feel a certain kind of way. They chipped in and got me a brand new pair of cleats so that I could play the game that I loved, and play without cleats that were falling apart, which the ones I had had holes in them and things of that nature. So they chipped in and got me a pair of cleats at the time. And they didn't have to do that at all, but they took that time to do something for a kid who was in need. So when people ask me why I do what I do, I say I do it because at one time I was one of those kids. You know what I mean? I was one of those people who needed, and there were people there who had done for me. So my whole goal and my whole purpose is that they did something nice for me. Coach Rainey, Coach Winslow, Coach Cousins, Coach Larea, they did something for me that made it a little easier for me and made me feel a little bit better about myself. Therefore, my goal is to pass it on to the next persons, or person or persons, in hopes that those people will then pass it on. So hopefully to start that pay it forward type mentality. So that's always been my goal. That's always been my drive and my motivation, because I've always had people who've kind of been there for me in the past, and who've kind of gave me an extra push to move forward, and have done things just because they care. So again, if you don't know, go check out the website of Granting Wishes to kind of really find out what I'm doing, or what we're doing, what we're trying to do. It's a great website. It's very informative. If you want to join, it has links and things like that of that nature. So go check it out. Y'all enjoy your holidays. Hug your family members. Pick up the phone, call the ones that you can't be near, and God bless y'all, and y'all have a nice day. And whatever you do, try and pay something forward.